The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say,
taking it right down Broadway. The 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. They give it to Brown. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the handoff, this is Brown, and down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On play action, it's Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down. I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3. And this is caught at the 20. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First down, Arizona.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Second and 10.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half for Murray. And he wisely will throw that one away. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Play action. Now it's Murray. This will be caught by Brown. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try to...
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything.
Under pressure, they got him again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Walker now on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. He'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. His kickers now. It used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Play fake. Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Omaha. Here's a give to Brown. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Throwing now is Murray. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 70. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here, all right? Let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you, and make sure they touch it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Murray. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cardinals use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Here's Walker to start the drive.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated into their...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Draymond Jones. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run. And obviously, ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Another run for Brown on 2nd down. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They're going for it. It's Murray. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Handing it off to Brown. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Murray. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Does the big boy have the juice? And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him lug that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people...
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. This is the tight end Fant. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is down to a field goal now. 35 seconds to play. Everything will come down here to this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Running right, here's Brown. And he is going to lose yardage here. it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach